Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. And it's 9:30 on the East Coast, 6:30 on the West Coast. Time for your weekly Calamity Jane live stream. James, how you doing on this wonderful summer evening?
Can't complain too much. How are you?
I am doing just fine, swimmingly, in fact. I've had a good weekend, making progress on work. Finally
Hmm.
caught up on all the new Smash Brothers content.
Okay.
Nothing but peaches and cream on my side.
So it sounds like that could be a interesting topic to talk about on our stream tonight as I doodle away,
No,
I
okay.
guess.
Well, let's see. Let's see what the doodling is all about to start with.
Okay. All right. I'll go into share screen if I can find my screen here to do this. Hang on. Share screen. And let's see. I am going to share my screen too. So I'm doing something a little bit different tonight. I'm actually using a display tablet. So I got to make sure I got the
Oh,
right
interesting.
display on,
Okay, I
which I
see
think I
that.
do.
Yeah, I see a Zoom meeting. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Oh, there we go.
yeah, that'll dock that to the bottom.
Lovely, lovely.
Okay, cool. We're underway. Anyways, yeah. So you're talking about Smash Brothers, huh?
Yeah. So the new character is Kazuya from the Tekken series, and it's a pretty interesting character. The thing that I always love about, particularly the modern incarnation of Smash Brothers, is how they find a way to integrate the character and the source mechanics of that character into Smash Brothers, and yet
Hmm.
somehow continue to make it work. And they really did a great job with Kazuya in terms of making him feel like a Tekken character in a Smash Brothers game.
Hmm.
So he's a fun character. I like him. He's one of the more complex characters, even more so than I'd say Steve and Alex from Minecraft, who have
Hmm.
a bunch of technical things to do. But once you know where to stand and what button to press and when, it's easy. The Kazuya character, on the other hand, is pretty much a Tekken character that's been placed into Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and um, and as a result, he has all these combos and special moves. And I feel like if you understand Tekken, you're gonna be really unstoppable with Kazuya because he's one of from a at least the feeling that I get from a just a moment to moment sense is he's one of the most powerful characters in the game in terms of how much damage each hit does.
Hmm.
And it's pretty cool. I just before we started the stream, I just wrapped up unlocking most of the new goodies that come with Kazuya, and yeah, so that's it. That's all the news that's fit for print for that regard. There's one more character,
Hmm.
but that Masahiro Sakurai at the announce for Kazuya said that it would be quite a while before they made a final announcement. Given that it's the last character for Smash Brothers Ultimate, they're not doing any more characters after this next one, um,
Okay.
and it is also possible and kind of my wish that they never make another Smash Brothers game again. I don't know how you go above and beyond or add something new to Smash Brothers right now. I think that they need to let the field go fallow for a while
Okay.
after this one.
Hmm. You think they've kind of done everything they possibly could with the Smash Brothers franchise and
For the
just
time
let it
being,
let it let it relax for a little while, right?
yeah, with as many characters and as much content, my feeling is that there's no. I think you could do a bunch of like ancillary stuff, wrap the mechanics in a different package, like maybe do like a subspace emissary,
Hmm.
return to the subspace emissary or something like that from Smash Brothers
Hmm.
Brawl. But um, I think as it stands, it's such a complete package, and there's so much content, and it's been a live product for so long now. Smash Brothers Ultimate came out. Well, I was still living in Seattle at the time when that game came out,
Hmm.
so
Hmm.
at least 3 years ago now.
Hmm.
Um, so that it says something about how old the game is and how long they've supported it. And now what I'd like is for them to just let it live for a while and
Hmm.
maybe revisit it again in 5 or 6 years, like
Hmm.
maybe even longer than 5 or 6 years, quite frankly.
Hmm.
um, but It's been a rush. I for my taste, I think it probably is my favorite Smash Brothers game.
Hmm.
Um, Prior to that, I think Brawl, not Brawl. No, Brawl is everybody's least favorite, mine included. But I think the one for the Wii U and the 3DS was my second favorite,
Hmm.
and then Melee would be the next one,
Hmm.
which I know is heretical,
Um,
but I'm not a tournament player, so I don't really care.
yeah, yeah. Um, Before we go into, and this is kind of me doing this with a conversation, but I guess I'll chime in and say I am working on the shopkeeper again, going back a couple of weeks ago, where we kind of created them on the fly, me and his
Yeah,
wife.
yeah.
I'm just going back and I'm doing a refinement pass on it a little bit. I just want to explore his design a little bit more.
It's
So
it's
you
fun to
see, I'm
see the
doing,
different version of the head shapes.
yeah. So exactly, I'm just kind of playing it, and then we'll just, towards the end of our stream tonight, maybe we'll discuss which head we like the best, and
Hmm.
certain details I'm doing here and there.
Okay,
That's all I'm
I
doing
will
tonight.
reserve I'll reserve judgment for the time being,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
let you experiment, and would you consider this thumbnailing?
Yes, this is
Okay.
thumbnailing, and I'm designing and thumbnailing all the same time. I go, how about this one? How about this one? I'll change the shape here,
Yeah.
and sometimes it kind of comes right away, and sometimes you got to whittle at it a little bit. And what I'm not right now doing is whittling, like taking
Hmm.
a piece of wood and just
Hmm.
kind of chipping away at it.
It's
Um,
interesting. I remember being in college and taking a an art appreciation class, and the teacher was a bit of a weirdo, but despite his eccentricities, the
mhm.
book that he used, I don't, I think I still have it somewhere. I hope I do. Oh no, I think I got rid of it. What a shame. I love that book, but I was a poor college student and I needed the money. Um, but
Who isn't a course college student that doesn't need it, that needs them,
exactly,
if
exactly.
there's nothing, there's no, yeah.
But in any case, I got a lot out of that book. The teacher was a bit eccentric, but one of the things that he did do though that I liked is some of the nomenclature, some of the terminology around art and what a thumbnail is and what art exploration is and that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
I like that. Although he would do random things like he gave us an extra credit assignment. That's what they're called, right?
Hmm.
Um,
Sure.
and it's been a long time since I've been in school.
Yeah, extra credit works.
And he said, get some crafting materials and make a 3D object. Okay, and that was his only instructions to us, right?
Okay.
And so this was a DigiPen, and DigiPen was a school filled with programmers and people who are being trained to think very concretely about everything.
Hmm.
And so like every it was really interesting. The programming students came in and they had made something very um, not rigid, concrete. Like I did. Do you remember? I think it's the X1 plane that Chuck Yeager broke the sound barrier in.
Uh-huh.
I did that using like cardboard, construction paper, cardboard, and like polo cups, right?
Okay. Huh.
And then all of the artists came in and they just did these really, really abstract things, right?
Okay.
So,
Uh-huh.
like, someone took a hard foam ball and then just like glued string to it at regular intervals around around the circumference of the ball, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And the art teacher said, all the artists did it right, all the programmers did it wrong.
Of
You're like,
course.
boy, give me a break. What he was looking for was, I guess, um, uh, just abstract, playing with abstract shape design, right?
Okay.
He wasn't looking
Uh-huh.
for you to create some sort of concrete, identifiable object. He just wanted us rather, to play around with the form of shape for the sake of playing with shape, right?
Hmm.
And didn't really bother to explain that to us, specifically to set us up for failure.
Okay.
But
All
then he
right.
gave everybody the same amount of credit, so it didn't ultimately end up mattering. But it was just sort of like, well, what was the point of that exercise? What
Yeah.
exactly was accomplished by you doing that?
Hmm.
But in any case, I learned a lot in the class, despite the eccentricities of the teacher.
What's funny is that you used polo cups, which is a classic college trope too, right? You talk about the red cups with the
Yeah,
ridges on them and
yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
That
yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
really funny actually.
yeah.
If you could have a college story, it's funny that you actually have to have red polo cups are involved, which is
You're
really
right. I mean, there was no booze in this particular red
yeah,
polo
yeah.
cup, but it
Mhm.
was, yeah, red polo cup was involved. Um, yeah,
So
so yeah,
so applause to you for using red polo cups for something other than time to get drunk, got beer
yeah,
money,
yeah,
all that kind
yeah.
of
Hey,
stuff.
there
So
you
that's kind
go.
of cool.
There you go.
So
I
you should
mean,
have gotten credit just for that alone. I
I
mean,
know it's just really just changing the game, just like really
yeah,
flipping it on its head.
yeah.
Um, but that was wow, that was just such a random aside.
Well, but yeah, but all kind of to circle back to what you're talking about with thumbnails.
Yeah,
That's kind of where you were going with it. That's
yeah,
why,
that's where it started,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that was the other thing. Like he explained thumbnails really well, though. Like that was one of his strengths, right? Like people were spending, he wanted us to do like 4 pages of thumbnails a night, and
uh-huh.
the all of the programmers were like, I don't have time to do this. This is taking too long. And so, well, it's because you're doing it wrong. Like each thumbnail should just be a couple of seconds of an exploration of something, right? Don't overthink it. You're trying to get a shape language. You're trying to form a shape language. You're trying to get a rough sense of what it is, and then you pick out the roughs that you like, and then you can drill down onto those, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Hmm.
like, oh yeah. So it was he had moments of clarity, but then he also had moments of just absolute bizarreness.
Was he an older teacher? I mean, not to play ageism here, but was he like an older dude or?
I mean, I was what 20 when I took that class,
Okay,
and he
so
was, I think, in his mid 40s at the time. So
okay, so he
he's
felt old. Anybody, if you're in your 20s, everybody's older than you,
yeah,
pretty much, right?
exactly.
Still,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So if looking back, I'd say he was about 45 when
Uh-huh.
when I was there. So
Hmm.
not too bad. Not much older than I am now, honestly.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, no, he didn't stay very long at DigiPen after that. There was some unfortunate unfortunate things, and he was
Okay,
relieved of his position.
gotcha. That happens. Yeah. Well, hopefully nothing too tragic came of it, and went their separate ways, whatever.
Yeah. It's
But yeah.
interesting. I love watching you control where the eye position is just by
Hmm.
the. Is there a term for when you do that cross, which determines what
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about?
yeah. You're talking about this, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sure there's a term for it. I probably learned a long time ago. I don't remember what it is, but yeah, I call them crosshairs. It helps me just kind of decide where I want to put the eye line at, and it helps me
Mm-hmm.
build the rest of the face. But you can see here where I put the crosshairs really low to kind of get a feel for if his eye line was much lower and had a big giant forehead, how would it look? And then you go
Mm-hmm.
higher up and how would it look? So I
Mm-hmm.
am playing with all of that. So I'm very curious to see, as we, like I said, when we get more towards the end, which ones speak to you and which ones speak to me.
Well, it's an interesting.
I already know which ones I like, but I'm not gonna
Well, I'm
say it.
not
It's
going
a
to say anything
secret.
until you're done,
It's a
and we'll
secret.
we'll
Yeah,
we'll we'll do a discussion session in about 7 minutes for the last 10 minutes of the
yeah,
stream.
sure, sure.
Um, but what I like is the how it's used, right? Like where you put the crosshairs, which I like.
Hmm.
It basically determines where his eye line, where his brow line is, right?
Yeah.
And it's
Hmm.
really interesting because, and this is something that I remember blowing my mind when I learned it originally, because at the time I had hair. But your eyes are in the middle of your head.
Yes. Hmm.
When you think about eyes, and if you ask someone where are the eyes, they go, oh, they're the top of your head. Like that's
Hmm.
almost always the
Yeah.
response you get, unless you're speaking to an artist or someone who
Hmm.
has heard of these things before. Um, but no, the eyes are absolutely in the middle of your head,
Yeah.
and and
Hmm.
and it was like blew my mind in the way that it was
Yeah.
proven is someone drew the crosshairs on just a circle and then filled in the eyes, and it was like, oh my god, that's exactly right. It's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. It is. It's really funny. Yeah. The forehead gets no credit. It's
No,
the it's the it's a team member nobody wants to talk about.
no,
But
no.
it's but
But
yeah.
yeah, but then I lost my hair, and it becomes really easy to see when you don't have hair that your eyes are in the middle of your head.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so just an interesting little factoid that I always appreciate.
yeah.
But
Um,
um, yeah, so I just wanted to mention that. But so um, that's about it. I have been so busy in life lately, just so busy in life. How about you?
um, so for I don't know how you're. I mean, we touched base on it, but I do want to like for me, I'm actually drawing slightly hampered tonight. I actually went through. I went to visit my wife's, cousin for the Fourth of July weekend, had fun,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
and of course I brought a bottle of High West whiskey, which I highly recommend if you like whiskey. And of course, that bottle was drained at the end of the night, and
Oh,
now
that's dangerous. That is
I am
so
on
dangerous.
yeah, it was good. It was dangerous, and so I spent so last night I suffered in the middle of the night, to say the least.
I've had those
And
nights. Yeah, yeah.
yeah, so I've been just cranking water all day, and now towards by the time we got to our stream, I'm pretty much back to normal. But I
Right.
want to just,
Yeah.
but yeah, but I think it's kind of funny. I mean, if anyone wants to poke fun of me, by all means, go ahead. But
I,
I could not hold a half bottle of whiskey in me for it caught up to me, and
yeah.
I'm an idiot as usual for
Yeah.
this. It
Well,
happens once or twice a year.
as far as I'm concerned, let he who is without sin cast the first stone. That's
Yeah,
my
sure.
that is my philosophy on that, and I have committed a lot of sins in the Church of Whiskey.
Really? So you drink whiskey too?
Not anymore. No.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. See, I haven't learned my lesson. Unlike you, I've learned my
Yeah.
lesson. So
No, I like whiskey. Whiskey does not like me.
okay,
So there was enough bad days that and it's less. I can count it on one hand. So it's not like I'm confessing to some sort of abuse issue, but
yeah.
5 is enough basically. In my entire life, 5 was enough, and I'm like, okay, not doing this anymore, and just sort of just like I just don't drink whiskey, just not anymore.
So wait, you say five 2-finger glasses is enough? So
Oh
you're
no, no,
saying?
no! 5 times where I've had a really bad day because
Oh,
of whiskey is enough for
gotcha.
me to
I
not
was gonna
drink
say,
whiskey ever
man,
again.
that's because that's what I had was pretty much the equivalent of 5 or so, or blur,
Yeah, yeah.
and that was enough to make me feel later on last night. But yeah, I haven't done any counting where I'm putting a measurement down saying, yeah, this is X numbers working. No, it's just every time I do it, I always
Oh
say
yeah, yeah.
it. There's no variable anymore. It's like, this is it. This is the last time I'm gonna do that. I'm like, no, about a
Yeah,
year
I
later.
I accidentally, like legitimately accidentally got blackout drunk at my parents' 40th wedding anniversary.
Oh, okay.
Someone handed me a glass of whiskey, and it was really, really good. It was a glass
Mm-hmm.
of Gentleman Jack, but
Okay.
Gentleman Jack is a much higher proof than regular whiskey,
Do you know
and
what the proof is on that? I'm just curious
not
if
off the
you
top
have.
of my head, but
Okay.
it's higher than regular Jack Daniels,
Okay. All
and
right.
I just completely misjudged it. And then before I knew it, I woke up the next morning feeling like death.
Yeah.
The good news is that everybody loved me. I
Oh,
don't
yeah.
remember it, but everybody thought I was just the bee's knees during the party.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Mm.
yeah.
It,
So that
it's
was that
funny
was
though.
one of my that was not one of my proudest moments, but at least I
Yeah.
didn't like make a fool of myself at my parents' 40th wedding anniversary. I just was very very cordial and very very affable, and I don't remember any of it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, again, if you have favorable reviews, that's good. That means you didn't get in a fight or something. So that part's good. You don't have to apologize to anybody. So that part's
Nope.
great.
Yeah,
So
no, exactly.
that's
I
a
don't need to.
successful night,
That's
I would
exactly
say
right.
for
I
you.
don't have to apologize to anybody, so I'll take it.
Yes.
But I also
Yeah.
don't want to do that again.
It's funny. Like you're just saying, you're saying it wasn't your proudest moment. I can't think of any moment where alcohol is involved with it to a level of drunkenness for the most part, and it's ever been associated with good stuff.
Oh, I got
Uh,
one story.
oh, you do. All
So
right.
I had a friend who was. This was back in the days when Smash Brothers Melee. See, there's a
Aha!
method to our
We're going back
madness.
to Smash Brothers. That's good.
We were at a party, and this will be the last story, and then we can go over some of your thumbnails.
Sure.
We were at a party, and I was super drunk, and playfully was joking to a friend of mine that I was better at Smash Brothers than he was, and that even drunk I could still take him, right?
Okay. Uh-huh.
And he said, "Yeah, I don't believe that," because he was, he was pretty good. He was really good too,
Okay.
and I smoked him.
Oh,
10,
nice.
10
Nice.
matches in a row,
Uh-huh.
completely smoked him, and he was not happy about it, but I was very proud. I was very
Mm-hmm.
proud. So
Mm-hmm.
that is a good memory, and I don't think I could have beat him that confidently had I had even one doubt in my mind. But
Oh,
because
wow. You just
I was just pounding forward, drunk off my rear. Um, yeah, it was
That's
crazy.
good.
Yeah,
That is a good story. And yes, you did prove your Smash Brothers street cred
my
with
my
that. That's
my
nice.
prowess. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's nice. Who's your character again? Is it Link? Who's your guy again?
So recently I've been drifting away from Zelda, but in Melee it was Zelda.
Oh,
Now,
Zelda. That's right. Okay.
if you're doing tournament play in Melee, Zelda's garbage and no one uses her. Although
Oh,
I
okay.
have had tournament layer level players say that I was the best Zelda they'd ever seen in Melee.
What?
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
So
That's a compliment.
it's a nice compliment. Yeah, I'll take it. But suffice it to say, I still use Zelda. She's a lot more capable than she used to be, but I have a few more characters in my repertoire now.
Mm-hmm.
I used to use Mario, but they ever since they changed him in one of them where they added his flood backpack, I haven't
Mm-hmm.
used him as much anymore. They
Oh,
rebalanced
okay.
him, and I'm not as effective with him. So
Okay.
my mains are Zelda, Ike, and Doctor Mario as a general rule.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah, Ike from Fire Emblem, not the
Okay.
president of the United States. Oh no, yeah, right. Ike Eisenhower.
Yeah.
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 Okay, so when you're ready, I think we can spend some time
Sure.
talking
I mean,
about
let's
what you've
go.
worked on.
Sure. Let's check out. Okay. Let's check out these right here. Is this a thumbs up or thumbs down? I mean, I don't know. How do you want to do this? I mean,
Well,
um,
let's take a look at all of them, and then
sure.
we can take a look and then we can say things that we
So,
like and don't like.
so I have this one on one layer, then I have these guys on another layer.
Mm-hmm.
Hang on. So yeah. So there's one set here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and then I had two more on this one.
Okay. So, the one on the left, the smaller
Hmm.
one, looks too
Yeah.
much like Yoda. That's a hard
Mm.
pass for me.
That's a hard pass for you. Okay.
Yeah,
All
yeah.
right. I hear you on that. This right one here, I like. I actually like this iteration so far. This one right here on the right.
Mm-hmm.
I think it has some things that are working for me. But I don't know if you've noticed, but as I've been drawing the thumbnails, like there's a few things, a few characteristics that I keep falling back to that I feel like needs to be with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I've kind of stayed with that. So this one has a lot of the characteristics I still like. For example, I do like the sharp hair
Mm-hmm.
that he's got like this. I like that. I do like the goatee on him, and I am kind of still. And every design's been showing this, but the underbite is
Yeah.
accentuated. I like that a lot about this guy.
Okay.
I think I'm tending to favor a lower eye line for him.
Yeah, I agree. Can we go to the
Yeah.
first set?
So let's go to the first set now.
So, I really like the skull shape of the right side. Yeah, that one right there.
This one. This one.
No, one left. That guy. I like
Okay.
the almost square shape of his skull.
Uh huh.
But I love the overly large forehead of the guy right above him.
Yeah. This dude.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I do too.
And then I
This
agree with
guy.
you. I like the spiky hair
Mm-hmm.
and the goatee as well. I think is a win.
Mm-hmm. So for fun, I'm gonna put one more layer. I don't care how I ruin these, but I'm just gonna do this. So for me, this is a no.
Okay.
This is a no.
Yeah.
That's a no. Oh, am I doing this? I'm doing the wrong spot. Hang on. Right there. All right. So no, no,
Mm-hmm.
no.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a no on this one. What do you think of this one?
He's just kind of generic. He looks kind
Yeah.
of like a gremlin to me. Like
Mm-hmm.
nothing really
Mm-hmm.
stands out.
So far, okay. So this is a green. That's a green light. That's a green light, right?
Yeah, yeah. I like
And
aspects of both of those.
and then this dude here.
I doesn't really like. There's nothing particularly exciting about him.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing offensive either.
Yeah, he's
I
kind of down the middle, right?
yeah. I like the tooth and I like the goatee, so I'd like to see both of those preserved.
Mm-hmm.
And so yeah, that guy doesn't have anything.
Yeah. So now we'll go back to. I'm gonna drag this guy down here. All right, and we'll go to these guys here. And I lost my layer with the red stripes on it. I don't know where that went. Where'd you go? I don't
Way down
know.
there for some reason.
Yeah, that's weird.
That makes sense.
Okay. Anyway, how what would you put these guys? If I can just copy these guys, put them on the same.
Well, the one on the left is already a no for me because like I said, it just
Yeah,
strikes me too
yeah.
much like Yoda just right away.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um,
All right, so hang on. I'm gonna copy. So this guy's a win.
that guy's a yes. I think it's some combination of him and the other two from the other layer.
Yeah. Uh, yeah. I'm pretty much in the same ballpark with you on all of these guys so far.
Okay.
So I'll put him here. Let's see. And time for some boring stuff, but I'll drag this back up again. Man, geez, why is it doing that? That's crazy. It's not letting me. It's being really finicky.
Yeah.
You saw that, right? Like it would jump back down again after like
Right.
me
Right.
spending time to drag it up, and it's like, nah, I don't want to be there.
You're not the
I
boss of
like it.
me.
I like it better. I like it down here better. It's like, okay, whatever, dude. Let's see here.
Okay.
All right, so then these guys here. I'll grab these guys. Copy and here and paste here. And it looks like a big jump of mess, but everything will be turned off here quickly. Well, shortly, I guess. All right. I think this is it, right?
Those are the three.
Yeah, those are the three. Yeah, so, oh,
Here's
yeah,
what I
I
like.
do. I
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. No, go ahead, Eric. If it's
So
on.
okay, so the underbite of the bottom left
Mm-hmm.
with the goatee and the tooth of and the spiky hair of the guy on the right, and then the head shape of the guy on the bottom left with the brow ridges of the guy on the top left. So maybe you should add numbers to them. That
Yeah,
way.
let's do that. Let's just for fun. Yeah, that's a good idea. All right. So 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
All right. And I will now draw another layer here to kind of talk myself. So you like the shape of this skull, you said, right?
I like the shape of the skull, and then I think you can
Mm-hmm.
move his eyes down
Mm-hmm.
so they're more resemble number 2.
Yeah.
And then you
So
can
you
add
like,
the ridges. Yeah.
yeah, you like the ridges and you like the general shape of the
Yeah.
face here. Uh-huh.
And then
Yeah.
I like the tooth, the goatee, and the hair of number 3.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I feel you.
So, what
I
are
like
your
that too.
thoughts?
I wanted to part away from the square. I like the circle shape in
Mm-hmm.
general.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's softer, and I want him to feel like a softer old man.
Okay. Okay.
It's
That's
more
fair.
gentler.
Yeah.
But I am with you on the whole brows up here like
Uh-huh.
that. Um, so that means we're gonna push his eyes a little lower. I mean, that's
Mm-hmm.
fine.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then the underbite and the teeth, I mean, and the goatee, the hair. Um, yeah. Let's see, what else did we talk about here? I think that was it, right? We
Yeah,
did
I think that
everything
was
else.
about it. Those
Yeah.
are the elements of the three that we liked. So
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, I'll keep pushing him, but I'm gonna try to keep it along those lines a little bit.
okay.
I like that too.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
There's something about
So.
the low eyes gives him a slightly sleepy look, and it makes him a
Hmm.
little bit kinder looking to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah. Cool.
Okay. Well, that's a pretty good stopping point, actually.
Yeah, that's
We're
fun. That was a
we're
fun little exercise tonight.
yeah, we're right at 30 minutes. So, I'll say let's wrap it up. I think it's a good start. I think you'll continue to play around with some of the things that you explored there,
Hmm.
and yeah, well, maybe we'll see a little bit more of him next week.
Yeah, we'll see if yeah, let me see if I can push more design with them next week.
Very
Yep.
cool. Very cool. All
Cool.
right. Well, that was a productive evening with a little bit of nerdy nonsense and a lot of art, which is always a good thing. I will remind everybody that you can find us at patreon.com or just go to calamityjane.rocks. And that will take you to our Patreon site. You can find us on YouTube and Facebook. As always, since you're watching this right now, you probably already know where it is. We will be back next Monday at 9:30 at the usual time. So stay safe out there, and good night, everybody.
All right.